So, hello there. This is Evan Gamble and I'm Callum Johnson. Welcome to Holocast Grek Leth 1137. And today we have a guest. You can introduce yourself if you want.
Hello, I'm Lethal Lightning. I wear robes. And I'm happy to be here and talk some EU with Callum and the amazing almighty Evan.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought we'd bring you on today. We haven't had a guest yet, and you're usually on this time, so...
Yeah, and we've been guests on your stream, so I thought it'd be good to get you on and we can have good chats.
Excellent, I like it. Now I'm going to open the stream myself, actually.
I better lower the quality of the stream on the dashboard so that it actually can see it properly and not lag. Oh, hi Reverse Führer and hi Yoink.
Yoink?
Yoink, yoink's a chair.
Yoink.
Let's get the link. We'll post it.
Awesome. Yep, I've got the link to Lethal's YouTube channel in the description below as well. As Evan as always and all that.
Am I on your, YouTube page, for your channels?
I believe so. Should be coming up there. Hi J-Pal. And you're amazing.
Because I do have you, I've got Daniel, Eckhart, Space Doc, the Lore Master, and Dash Star on mine. I'm gonna have Lethals here, because why not?
Yeah. You talk some sense.
Oh my god, Mara Jade's here.
Oh, nice. Hi, Mara.
Jeez,
The topic for today, well, we've got Season 1, Episode 5 of the Clone Wars we've got to watch still. And
yeah,
we've got...
if you don't have that...
I've got it ready, but... Yeah. If you don't have that on hand, we can always just keep talking about other stuff.
Yeah, Lethal, it's also easy, if you want to watch it with us, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we keep talking about all sorts of things during it anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, we have to keep the audio, somewhat down for it.
Yeah, I've got it as low as I can so that I'm actually able to hear it while we're talking.
Yep, that sounds cool.
Because if I put it down too far, I don't actually hear it. But yeah, the Burrito Challenge video, since this is my stream, I can promote mine as well. I did a random non-Star Wars video that was the Burrito Challenge one with J Power.
It's debatably top 10 thumbnails of the year.
Thanks.
Yeah! Anyone I know personally, I move up in my stack first, and then I move them down. Have you ever taught Dash Star? This is a question for Lethal. Dash Star is kind of within the. I wouldn't say I put him directly in the Fandom Menace, but.
Oh no, he's joined. He's full blown joined.
Oh, he's joined.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he streams with Jeremy and Anna and a few others.
Really?
It's all.
Oh yeah, you wanted me to do that live reaction. Wow.
I did not know that. Because I usually keep tabs on him. I was not aware of that.
What?
I know he was dissatisfied with Star Wars after Last Jedi. He had his reservations on The Force Awakens when that came out. So,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but it's, I see him talk on Twitter to...
Hi, it's a trap. He said I've come to kick... he said I've come to kick gas and chew Lethal, and I'm all out of gas.
And Forkapus is here?
Do you really want to chew Lethal, though?
Yeah, most people do.
As far as versus streams, we haven't done particular versus streams, but when we streamed SWOTOR before, people have asked versus and we've given our thoughts on it.
That's definitely something that I'm interested in doing.
I can't say that I'd have a lot of evidence pre-prepared unless someone told me specifically who they wanted versus before, but I go off of my own knowledge. It's good.
Right, I go off my own knowledge too. The thing is with versus, I'd have to when, like, this is how I do versus would be, get like a roster of characters, put down stats, and rank them like out of 10s, and put them accordingly on their abilities. Of course, EU abilities we don't really do. New canon.
You'll have to get rid of that new canon. We don't serve their kind here. We don't serve...
Filthy casuals.
I mean, if you want new canon, there are other channels.
I find that. I tend to talk about EU. A lot of channels now, even if they say they do both, they tend to be skewed towards new canon. So it's good to have EU only channels.
Right. So the thing, me and Cal's whole policy on that is we can talk about Star Wars. We will talk about new canon on this podcast, but anything outside of this podcast, generally we don't talk about.
Yeah.
I think me and
unless
Cal
it's a relevant topic, I might ramble a bit on some of my gaming videos or something, or depending on the fun facts video topic.
Right.
But I won't go full blown into how much criticism I give it.
Yeah. My whole thing has always been, you like what you like. I have my problems with the Star Wars under Disney, but that's just me. And I know a lot of people have
well,
that.
everyone currently on this stream does, so... It's good.
I will say, though, I did get into it a fair bit.
Yeah.
The Disney canon, I did give it a fair chance.
I did too.
I think we all had that mentality. At the start, I was quite open-minded. I went, okay, this has a lot of potential. I read the first couple of books that came out, and I watched some movies.
See, I've read synopsis. I haven't read any of the new canon books. I have Tarkin, which Tarkin is kind of pseudo legends.
So the ones that I read were apparently the worst choices as well, because I read Aftermath, which was advertised to be this is a must-read lead into The Force Awakens.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I realised after I read it.
And I read jerkily.
Yeah.
That's the meme. Yeah. The TIE fighter moved Hercule jerkily. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the movies didn't have potential. It's that my whole thing was they played Force Awakens too safe, and then The Last Jedi was a whole bastardization, decharacterization of multiple characters. So they haven't been doing well that way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they didn't have potential.
I'll say see you tomorrow. She had to go to work.
Oh, see you tomorrow.
A little bit late, but we were talking. Also asked how old us. Reverse Furies also asked how old we are. I'm 22.
I'm 24. I had to think about that.
21. We're all legally able to drink.
It's actually nice that we get this generation of us guys here on the podcast.
You've been... Wait, the legal drinking age in Australia is 18, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why... America is just like, no, you guys kind of signed away your things.
Yeah. You can sign as an adult, you can smoke, you can do everything else, but you can't drink until 21.
Right. I mean, I get why, but the thing is, it's like, for me personally, it's kind of, alcohol is not something I drink much of, and I've only drank a few times. Not a big fan of doing it, but this is a beer that I personally like, and I'll just drink casually, but I'm not going to get fucked up.
Sounds like a great time to crack again.
Oh, well, I've still got the water bottle.
Is that a can of Foster's there?
It's not Foster's. It's not Foster's.
You should be drinking Han for a Star Wars stream.
Yeah, you should. That's true. That's actually true.
Oh God! Imagine us doing a live stream of the new Ken movies. Anytime like something negative happens.
I think that would be the one time I'd do a drunk stream.
I wouldn't get through it. Man. I'd pass out.
No, definitely. I'd probably be vomiting by the end of it.
One thing though with the Disney like canon, it's nothing seems to really pay it off. I mean, if you look at the stuff they set up, like even in like Aftermath, the movies essentially, Rebels, like it just seems like nothing has paid off. There's been like no big bang from everything.
That's something I've thought about because I'm studying film and TV, and this semester we've been doing screenwriting as one of the subjects where they talk about the inciting incident. That's the hook, that's the thing that happens to set them on the journey. When you're doing that, you're promising the people that there will be a good payoff to them going on to the journey. And so your climax is the payoff to what eventuates from the journey. But when you break that promise, it messes with everything.
It's stupid JJ's mystery box and having 3 different directors and no plan for the trilogy. That's the real big thing. There was no pre-planning of the trilogy and where it was going to go. Like how Lucas did. Yeah. Lucas planned it, I think, after...
Lucas planned out 9 movies and then he condensed it down to 6.
Yeah. He planned out, essentially... Because the first Star Wars, he didn't know it was going to be a success. So he didn't know ahead of time on what was. After Empire, he knew where it was going. And he had that all planned out and rough. The thing is with Disney, they don't know where in the heck they're going with it. They're just taking it one step at a time. And I think that's dangerous, especially with Star Wars, where we expect connectivity and...
Yeah, especially after having the expanded universe, where it was so interconnected and so well done. To lower that standard now is quite bad.
Right. That, but I don't even just want to compare it to the EU. Because
so when they started, they said there'd be one canon tier for everything, and everything would be beholden to each other as well. So they created a problem for themselves.
There's already contradictions. I mean, there was a list of contradictions you showed me. The one that I didn't catch that's so obvious is the Millennium Falcon in Solo is a complete contradiction. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Because it's still canonically in Revenge of the Sith as well.
Yeah, exactly. Did I tell you the one that I've been complaining about for months with Sith lightsabers?
You might as well mention it here because it's the first time you're on here as well.
Yeah, well, in the 2017 Vader comic series, they say that Sith lightsabers... No, the 2017 was good. The 2015 was brilliant. 2017 just had a really weak ending. But they say that Sith lightsabers, red crystals, crimson crystals, aren't artificial crystals anymore.
Oh, yeah.
What they are is they bleed the crystals now, where, But the thing is that a Sith has to kill a Jedi and then bleed that... Take that Jedi's lightsaber, take the crystal, the kyber crystal, and bleed it. And that's how they get their red lightsaber, and that's kind of how Vader gets his... Well, the one we see in the movies is actually his second lightsaber in Disney canon, but they're saying this is how he got his lightsabers. And then there's before that, there's a prequel miniseries, Darth Maul miniseries, 6-issue miniseries, and that whole series is about him killing his first Jedi. And right off the bat, he has his double-bladed lightsaber, the one we'll see in Phantom Menace. So it's like, well...
At last, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last, we will have our revenge.
No, they won't, because they shouldn't even have that. Because they shouldn't even have that lightsaber in that movie.
I definitely get that, and it's, that's a big...
I don't like the whole semi-sentient lightsaber crystals thing in general.
Nah, I don't like that either. That doesn't make sense. It does make sense, but it's not good. It's just a silly thing. Yeah. I mean, it's up there with changing Korriban to Moraban. It's like, why? Just why?
And it's a lightsaber's a tool.
Yeah, it's not a person.
Why are you letting it be semi-sentient when it's a tool that's like the samurai's blade?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, obviously, there's that whole other ballpark of stuff they're doing, which is just beyond...
Fun facts for the EU version of lightsaber crystals, though, is that from what I understand, the Sith originally started creating synthetic crystals because it had the really small chance of shorting out a natural crystal's blade.
Yep.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, because the Jedi were rocking around with swords, essentially. And then it's always been like the Sith have always been like, the ones like one step ahead in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, and then it just so they went from swords to force imbued swords, and then they went to proto sabers,
Yeah, proto sabers. They look like the most unpractical thing ever.
Yeah. They still cut
Yeah,
things, I
kinda.
guess.
What's going on in the chat?
I
India
just
says,
remember we
what
can't
was
do
one-
Audacity for this, Cal. So if you could send me an audio file of the thing.
Oh, I didn't start Audacity, but yeah, I'll definitely send
No,
you
I
an audio
didn't either,
version.
but, so-
Of the
Yeah,
stream,
so-
all you got to do is download your stream link
Yeah,
and just
and then I'll
yeah,
convert it to MP3. That's fine.
Yep.
I saw something in the chat from Inya. He says, sorry.
What was Ron Howard's opinion all about the other week? I saw many thumbnails about him blaming fans or something.
Yeah,
I'll be
he's
right
decided
back.
to. He's decided to blame us for the failure of Solo.
Well, blame the casuals as well then, because a lot of the people I talked to didn't want to go see it anyway, so fun times.
Yeah, I've always put Ron Howard on a high level, but this just kind of came out of left field.
And he did a reasonable job of Solo, I think, given all of the stuff around it.
That movie was doomed from the start.
Yeah. And the script was an issue as well, which I wouldn't blame him for either.
I'm curious to know what the Lord and Miller cut looks like. Like, just
Yeah,
how different is it?
There'll be the draft Lord and Miller cut somewhere at Lucasfilm's archives.
It's up there. It's in the realm of the Snyder cut. It's out there.
Yeah.
Like 3 people have seen it.
And like we mentioned in the previous Holocast was the Escape from Dagu novel. That'll be locked away behind Lucasfilm's archives. Because they have that as well.
Yeah, I was going to cover that story, then I decided to take my vacation. So
So if you
That's
don't know, Lethal's done YouTube for a while, but he's recently taken a break to restructure and sort things out.
and just chill.
Chill.
Okay, thanks for the
Have a
info.
cold
Yep, you're
one with the
welcome.
boys.
Yep. Crack a coldie and bang a blondie. All right.
Sorry for that. What I missed.
Oh yeah, Reverse Viewer asked do you have Discord, Comic Vine, or KMC forum accounts? I only have Discord out of those. That's actually what we're recording from at the moment, streaming. With
So what
voice
I
chat.
miss?
Not much, just a bit of banter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
I was saying all sorts of things about you. Yeah.
I always say stuff about Evan. Evan's like the human perfection. You might not like it, but too bad. That's what it is.
I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but I accept it.
A lot of people won't. A lot of people won't. Like,
Heathens, Evan. They're called heathens.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say his name because he won't accept my human
We don't
perfection.
need to go into that,
Yeah.
no. But
No.
yeah, we may as well get to some of the things that we can talk about. Like, how did you get into the expanded universe, Lethal?
It's funny you mentioned that. I did a whole video on it a while back. Pretty much, when I was a kid, the prequels were coming out, and I'd already seen the OT, and I was like, this is like the best shit ever. But even as a little kid, you know, watching the prequels with like my dad taking me to see them, I never got into them. I never thought they were that good. I was just bored throughout most of them because I pretty much I'd be sitting in the cinema and I just kept saying to Dad, "Where's Vader? I want to see Darth Vader." It's like, well,
He's right there.
It's
Yeah,
right
there
there.
he is.
There's
There he
Anakin. There's Anakin.
Turns out he's not as hardcore as we all thought.
Anakin's
Yeah.
not as hardcore, but Vader is, yeah.
Yeah. And then like Revenge of the Sith came out and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like it a lot more now than I did when I was a little kid. But I was just like sitting in school going, nah, this isn't really doing it for me. And then do you remember those, I don't know if you have them over there, Evan, but in primary school here, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to be like these magazines that would go around like once a month or something where
The
like, you know, you, like,
Scholastic
Yes,
ones.
yeah, Scholastic.
Yeah,
we had
and then, like, you have to
Scholastic,
wear-
and we had a few of them, but
Funny story with the Scholastic ones though for me is that when I'd gone to the library and seen the actual full novelizations and so as a kid I saw them in Scholastic and went, oh, I'll get them, that's awesome. And then there were the junior novelizations and I was so disappointed.
Well, they had one in there, and it was for I can't remember. I always forget what it's called, but it's like book 2 out of 4. It was a young readers. It was
Jedi Apprentice or Jedi Quest.
Or Jedi
Quest.
Quest. If it's 2 out
Maybe
of
it
4.
was Jedi Quest. It was.
Because our elementary school at the time had some
Australian
Jedi Quest and
NBN
Jedi
fun.
Apprentice.
You just lagged a little bit lethal for some reason on my end.
It's because I just opened up Google. No, it wasn't
There we
Jedi
go.
Quest. It was set in between episode 3 and episode 4.
Last of the Jedi.
Last of the Jedi. How funny is that? How funny. And it was like book 2. It was like book 2 of Last of the Jedi.
It's funny when you're a kid, you always end up reading the ones that are out of order.
And then I read it, and I was like, yeah, this is really, really cool. And then, I just kept going from there. From there, it was like one thing to another, one thing to another. And then as I got a bit older, I was like, right, I think I'm ready for the good stuff. And then I got onto Heir to the Empire, and my life was changed.
I didn't read Heir to the Empire until my junior year of high school.
Yeah, I was pretty much the same.
I
Actually.
actually read Heir to the Empire last year. But I started
For the
with
first
Jedi
time?
Academy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shame.
I've read it though.
Shame.
I've read it though. No,
Yeah, here it is.
it's been
Star
ages
Wars,
and I
The Last of
started
the
reading
Jedi.
everything chronologically from the start, so I jumped ahead to read it because everyone's like, it's so good. So when I finally got it.
Death on the
Oh no,
Blue
2
by
years
Jude-
ago now,
Jude
sorry.
Watson. That was my first one. And there it is. There's the Schooltastic logo on it. That was the first one I ever read.
Scholastic.
And then...
It's
And then-
fantastic. It's schooltastic.
Can we make a shirt that says Schooltastic in that?
Oh,
But
yeah.
Can I copyright it?
I'll design it.
No, I read. I got my way up to Legacy of the Force, and then I was like, "This is the best thing ever." Until this day, if that's the only true Star Wars that ever existed, is Legacy of the Force.
What,
You need
what about
everything
after
leading
Legacy?
up to it as well.
That was amazing. That. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it, and then over between Lennon and now, just kind of jumping around, finding stuff that interests me. Obviously you cover like your main bases, like your Darth Bane and that sort of stuff. Every now and then I sit down and I cry that we're never gonna get the Jaina Solo trilogy or the Nomi Sunrider book.
Sword of the Jedi.
Maybe Sunrise book. Yeah, I've heard of that. It was. I forget the
It's
name of it.
interesting looking at the timeline. There's lots of comic books in the Old Republic era, but then there's hardly any comic books in the post Return of the Jedi era.
Yeah.
Thanks, John Jackson Miller, which I met at Celebration. Cool dude.
What's he like?
That's awesome.
He's just kind of a shyer kind of guy. Just I just seem kind of down, but maybe.
Yeah, well, I
bad.
can imagine he would be pretty down working at
Yeah.
Lucasfilm these days.
Well, Del Rey, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Will we be getting Jedi Fallen Order?
No,
Well,
I
That's
won't.
the question.
You know what? I'll rent it first off, because I still have family video in town. So I'll probably rent it first. If I like it, I'll buy it, because if I can show EA that, hey, this is a good game, continue with this shit, I'll be happy. But
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what it's like first, and then I'll make more of a decision. I'm more likely to get the Lego Star Wars game though,
Oh yeah,
because
I
Lego
mean, me
Star
and-
Wars is always fun.
me and my brother already agreed on that day one. Just get it and just play through.
There's too many games coming out this year I want, and Fallen Order just won't fit.
Oh, thinking of recent games, I've been playing the Borderlands 2 new DLC, which is fun.
I've heard of that. Someone told me about it. What is that about? And why in the heck is it a thing after how many years that game's
It's a
been
free
out?
DLC, and it's the story to lead into Borderlands 3.
That's
Why?
crazy. 7 years
Why?
after.
To build hype! And we get free new content, so don't even complain about it being a DLC.
And it was the free game on PlayStation Store for the month as well, so hype is building.
Yep.
Oh,
There you
Handsome
go.
Jack collection.
Yeah,
A
I
handsome
have to.
collection. Great fun game. Those are fun games. I love them.
I need to play it because, geez,
But Borderlands 3, I'm waiting till it comes to Steam though, because I don't care
the
about
whole
the
Epic
Epic
Store
Games
thing.
Store.
Yeah, that's the whole nother can of worms.
screw that.
But we can keep on Star Wars a bit more. So Jedi Fallen
Yeah,
Order, I'll wait and see what it's like properly.
It's.
I'm also not sure
honestly-
about the story for Jedi Fallen Order. Like, the first cinematic trailer had it all, oh, you have to hide and everything. But then the second one was all more like The Force Unleashed, where you're just going around slicing dudes all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
So it's
I
a bit
got
conflicting
I got
tones
definite
there.
Force Unleashed. I got a total Force Unleashed vibe from it, and that's why I think it'll be good. Is because if it plays like Force Unleashed does, it'll be fine for me because I like the Force Unleashed games.
As
No,
far as
but
story, I'd be a
I
bit
just-
concerned though with those conflicting tones right from the trailers.
Right. I just. By the way, I'm hating how they're just like using Saw Gerrera again, and it's like they just keep using characters, and it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I mean,
create
I
something
can
new all the time, but
give
you're
them
focusing on so many characters that you just keep reusing. Like, how many times has Saw Gerrera appeared? He was in Rogue One,
He's in the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
He's in
Rebels.
whatever books probably connect to Rogue One.
And it's just like, okay, come on. Can we see other leaders of the rebellion, please? It's just, you know.
Yeah.
It,
But I can give them props for trying to connect everything together at least.
That's one complaint I've had for a while now. It feels like the Disney Star Wars galaxy is so small.
Yeah.
It just seems like everybody knows everybody.
Because it is.
Right.
I've heard from someone that the original Star Wars comic run is only just leaving Empire Strikes Back soon. Like, reaching
Yeah, and
Empire
it's
Strikes Back. It's been like 4 years now that they've just been producing a Star Wars run that's in between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
Yeah,
pretty ridiculous.
how long until we get prequel stuff? Like, prequel comics again? Like, between...
They've only got those Age of ones, I think, that are small snapshots
Yeah,
and not an
that's-
actual run.
That
Yeah.
Darth Maul miniseries that I mentioned before, canonically, is as far back as Disney canon goes.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Cad Bane in that comic, in all honesty, and or saying it just...
It was just there to sell a comic. Put him on the front
Yeah.
cover.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah,
had a gripe.
do you want to share your story of how you got into the EU, Evan, a bit more?
I will. I'm just trying to think of one more thing.
I'm trying to just
Um,
keep on topic a little bit.
I know. I want to... give
You
me a
alright?
moment. Yeah, I'm just trying to think because I thought of something, and now it's just falling out of my head.
So what I could do is I could get Fallen Order, finish it, and then get a refund on Steam. And say I
Oh,
didn't
boy.
like.
It's not going to be on Steam since it's, it's going to be on
Oh, it's
Origin.
EA. Well, stuff that then. Stuff that.
The other shit-ass platform to compete with Steam.
It's okay, but it'd just be nicer if everything was in one place. It's like Uplay I have because of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, boy.
That's the only reason it sits there.
It was a big gripe I had with the new canon. It was a contradiction.
Take your pick.
Vader,
Take-
I might as well say this. Vader Immortal came out too. We never talked about that, but that came out for VR. And
Oh, did
I
it?
watched the cut. I watched someone play through it, and it's, oh boy, they just keep on this one track with Vader, and it's very disconcerting to his character. I mean, I get why that they're doing it, but at the same time, give it a rest.
I still want to get Lightblade when I get VR eventually.
But
Or Beat Saber.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
So what I'm concerned about in Vader Immortal, it looks like it's based around Vader trying to bring Padme back still, and it's like, okay, come on. It's like, come on, like, let's move past this portion of Vader, and like, let's not. I mean, I get why, but let's not define him.
Oh, hi Andy, you just got here. You missed a little bit, but we're continuing on. You can always watch back afterwards. Talking about things.
But it's just, I don't know, it's just dealing with Vader. And also, and I don't know why, but they brought back to voice Vader Lawrence, I forget what his name is.
Of Arabia, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we mentioned Fallen Order a little bit and just talking about some things in the new canon, our thoughts on it at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know why they continue with that whole
voiced Vader in He voiced Vader in TIE Fighter, which is just...
That seems like a bit of a doozy. That seems like a bit...
No, it's like... It's just like a really old... Like, one of the old Vader voice actors, and I'm like, why are you using him? Like... Hold on. Did my camera freeze?
Because they felt like it. It didn't to me, but...
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous that they're going back to that when they have... Number one, they have James Earl Jones on their payroll again.
Yeah, he did.
So why not get
Raiden
him?
and Rogue One. Why don't you just do that? Yeah, it's like Anthony Daniels. You get him to voice 3PO because he'll do everything.
Yeah. He loves money.
He probably just enjoys playing 3PO as well, to be honest.
He does. But it's... I don't know why they brought him back. And also, still, my second favorite Vader is Matt Sloan, who voiced him in the Force Unleashed games.
Yeah, that was really good.
Even though he talks... I think they did it by talking through... Like one of these. So,
You
like
don't know the power of the dark side of the Force.
If you resist, she dies.
But as long as it gets the result, then it's good.
You will hunt down and execute the rebel leaders. If you fail, she dies.
I don't know, it's just weird that they, again, went back to him. And he did make a reappearance in Star Wars with, I think, Resistance voicing a character, but still.
Yeah.
It's like, get Matt Sloan if you can't... Get Matt Sloan if you can't get...
I get one you know
James.
does a good voice for Vader, so yeah.
And
It's
just,
it's like with the music. I don't know why they don't get Mark Grisky. He's done amazing music for the video games. Why not get him to do some for the movies?
burn the cookies. If you burn the cookies, she dies.
Yes. Because the dark side has cookies.
Yes.
Whatever happened to, like... How come they don't get people like James Lucino and Drew Crash? I can't pronounce his last name.
Carpishin.
No, thank you. How come they don't get them to more?
I have no idea.
We can speculate, but as far as anything official, there's nothing to go off of, I don't think.
Do you reckon they warped?
It's quite...
I know Lucino
it's
did
quite-
Catalyst, but he's only done 2 books for the new canon, so it's likely he
Carpishin-
doesn't want to.
Carpishin does a lot of stuff for, I think, the BioWare games, like...
No.
So that brings his like involvement with...
Carvishin said he'd want to write a Darth Xander trilogy,
Yeah.
but
And...
I mean,
When I met...
thinking of
when I met
that,
Timothy
while we're
Zahn, he
talking,
kind of gave me the impression that they were all kind of salty all their work got thrown out, as you would be.
I would be too, yeah.
Oh, I remembered it. I remembered it. Okay. I just remembered it. So this is what's stupid. Is Lucasfilm can't even keep their pieces, like simple things, together. So this comes from Eckhart's letter, and I'm not meaning to drag him under the bus. So
I'm just gonna say a quick thank you to It's a Trap. You got me to 170 subscribers. Woo!
Hey!
Please get me to 50, please.
Yeah, the link to Evan's channel is in the description below if you want to have a look at his stuff.
So anyway, there was a tweet that Eckhart's made because he was at the EA Play thing.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how the EA devs had said that these Purge troopers are not the Inquisitorial troopers in the Vader comic.
Yes. Thank you.
And I was like,
Yes, they are.
wait, yeah. And I was like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Yes, they are. They have the same armor. They have the same job. Yes, they are. And then, like, a couple days later, I don't know who said this. It was either Pablo or Matt. Said, no, they are the same, and they just have two different names associated with them. I'm like, then why is there the false information and disconnect there?
They are the same, because which issue is it? It's around 15, 16, 17, the 2017, where you see them with their helmets off, and they're clones. They're like the last of the clones, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it also doesn't make sense from, you know, a Fallen Order standpoint to have basically these Inquisitor troopers have.
That reminds me of Shadows of
clone trooper
Mindor.
armor. If they're human recruits, why do they have clone trooper armor? Which the clone trooper armor was specifically designed for clones.
This is why Evan is God.
I know my shit.
And that reminds me of Shadows of Mindor, actually, because they had some remaining clones there that were serving the bloke, Lord
also,
Cronal.
this is.
Inya just
this
subbed
is-
to you, Evan, so
I
have fun.
saw. Thanks for that. Sorry, I'm just kind of like looking up stuff, so it's just quick to.
Yeah,
say
that's
thanks.
alright.
So
Yeah, they're
the
off
thing
their
is-
heads.
So the thing
I
is
don't
with
know
the
why
Purge
they
troopers,
just purposely spread some misinformation like that, though.
Yeah, why
it's-
don't just say we don't know? We don't know. We just made a game. We don't know. Why don't just say that?
We made them look
so-
cool. That's all we were paid for.
I will say this: there are things that I do like. How in the new canon, I do like the, well, specifically, I like some of the designs that they have. Case in point, the Purge troopers and generally overall the Inquisitors, how they look. I like how they look in the new canon because they're more uniform and kind of utilitarian in their design and look, which is something I think works really well for an organization like that. Kind of like stormtroopers being these, you know, faceless, numerous beings, whereas Inquisitors under the Empire, they're lesser beings, but they have that. And I think the Purge troopers are actually an excellent concept, and I love their design. And I think it just works.
It just works. When it comes to new canon, I am a big shill for all alliances. I love that book.
It's treason, then.
Wait, what book is it?
Thrawn Alliances, the second in the
Oh,
Timothy
okay.
Zahn Thrawn,
Yeah.
Canon Thrawn. That was
Right.
magnificent, man. Even though, you know, it was very much read like an EU book, and they kind of brought back the Yuuzhan Vong, but they're not the Yuuzhan Vong.
Because
Sort
of.
they can't be, because they decanonized them and they wouldn't be allowed to yet. At least yet.
But
Even though Zahn, I think, I don't know what Zahn's position. I thought I remember Zahn saying he didn't like them, like their final.
the
And
Yuuzhan
he's
Vong-
also said that he's going to write his book so that they fit in the EU as best he can fit them in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I get a lot of like I said, I couldn't help but think shots at this new stuff when I spoke with him, as you would. And he said that it takes 3 months to, if you pitch an idea, for it to get like rejected or accepted. It's a 3 month process.
That's a long time.
No, it definitely would be a long time because they probably have to go over what. Number one, you probably have to write a pitch to them and, you know, an idea, and they have to look through that, and they have many others to look through and pick out everything. And then
we
have
still
to
end
wait
up
for
with a Falcon
higher-ups.
that doesn't make sense.
We still end up with what we have, yeah. We still end up with the first draft of a movie script.
Oh, there's a bit more with that one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole lot of... Oh, yeah.
It's still the first draft, though. The first draft of anything will be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
If you give me a second, since we're gonna get back on topic here.
Well, we're still talking about Star Wars, so I'd say that's on topic. Nice.
All right. So, if you want to know how I got into the EU,
Yeah.
all you have to do is be aware of this book. And I believe this is a good book to get anyone who wants to jump into the EU.
That's that one. The Ultimate Visual Guide.
Yeah, because it's kind of a short overview of everything, and you know, it's enjoyable. And of course, this isn't the edition I originally started out with.
Yeah.
I originally started out with, I think, the revised edition or the original. But it is a good book, and it just gave me insight back then.
It's got a really nice visual timeline laid out in it.
Yeah, again, it doesn't know what to do with the Clone Wars, but it's in here.
What did?
No one knows.
What did?
The Clone
Well,
Wars.
I know, but you know,
That's because you're a god, yeah.
No, like as a kid, this is the page that really fascinated me was the Dark Empire page. Because I was like, I read this countless times, and you know, it still amazes me that this was a thing, and they did so much with it, and it just opened my eyes to what larger things could be in Star Wars.
It took your first step into a larger world.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not only that, but there was also the original encyclopedia that. You know, I got both those at like my local library, so I had both those, and you know, I checked them out multiple times, and it really helped me understand. You know, Star Wars isn't just limited to the films; it's a wider universe.
Definitely.
And then you also had the Tartakovsky series.
Yeah.
And
amazing.
then I watched that as a kid, and that. You know, it wasn't as big of an eye-opener, but it gave you a glimpse on, you know, what else is out there.
And this stuff actually happened in between the movies.
Right.
So,
And
General Terry, you are a ball.
And then there was
You are a ball.
there was this book, which is the Complete Visual Dictionary. Love this thing. I got this probably... This was probably released 2006, 2007. I got it.
Okay. Yep. So a little bit after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. I'm going to just check the publishing date on it. $48 US.
Fun times.
That says 2006 there.
So $90 for us.
I assume this is 2006, but let me go to the back here. This book was previously filmed in China. Yeah, 2000s. I need to actually get the 1 edition of this, because I think they added more content for the episode 1 when it came out in 3D. They re-released the episode 1 guide, and
Oh, I went and saw that in the theaters and loved just being able to see it in the theaters when I was older.
I was gonna go see it in the theaters, but I just didn't have time before it, went out.
I was so keen for the rest of them to come back to theaters, but alas.
Except it didn't happen because Disney.
Mm.
And
But how often does that happen? How often does that get said in a conversation? Oh, whatever happened to rah rah rah? Disney happened.
Mm. I don't
Oh,
talk
Disney
about it a
fan.
lot, to
Well,
be
Disney
honest.
fan, but Disney kind of ruined. Like, they kind of stepped in and ruined a lot of stuff, and took away a lot of stuff. I mean, 1313 looked like it was going to be brilliant.
The whole reboot
Right.
was a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. See, that was the thing that kind of separated Star Wars from
Yeah.
so many other franchises. Was
It
this
had
whole
one singular
consistent
continuity.
timeline.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, and then it got to 2015, and then it was reboot. It's like, oh well.
And then they don't even continue it, other than the token SWTOR has a contract still in effect.
Oh yeah, that's just the contract exactly.
that
Man.
contract's gonna remain in play for, I think, until EA holds the license. But
Mm.
I mean, SWTOR is one of my favorite games, and for the love of God, somebody better be working on what they've done with Star Wars Galaxies.
Mhm.
Just in case that when that inevitability happens, I hope somebody is ready for it, and we have a server up within the 2 years that it goes off, because it's an inevitability. It will go off.
Yeah,
They've already.
yeah.
Oh, Terry, yeah. Lone Star and Princess Vespa raised parents. Parents!
Oh no, my space Vespa.
Right. Oh my
You're
God,
gonna
Ray.
ride it all the way, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did my own video on how I got into
Ray
the
merchandise.
EU.
I had a little bit of Ray merchandise because I
I-
got into it. I get it so much.
I bought into the hype of The Force Awakens before it came out, but I was still a bit tentative.
think
I
I
got
went
one set of figures. But you know how there was this lack of Rey stuff for the whole of the merchandising until The Force Awakens came out? I happened to get one of the one sets of figures with her in it.
Yeah,
The only figures I buy essentially is the Black Series.
That's the main ones I am at the moment, just because money. Just because.
The Black Series, they're very hit and miss. There was that whole thing with
definitely.
Hasbro.
Oh, like I say I get the Black Series because I got Revan and Jaina, and
yeah, I got the Jaina. I think the Jaina
I
looks
got
good.
the Thrawn as well,
I need
and
to
some
get
of the
the
others
Jaina.
that cover from both.
Overall, the Black Series, it's not that good. Like, if you take all of them together and put them next to each other, you'd say it's not that good. There is some good stuff. Like, I think the Jaina looks pretty good, but no,
I
God,
think
Jaina's got
the
so much
archives
care
look
and
good.
attention put into it, especially with the removable flight jacket and everything. She's amazing.
I think I think that the earlier series, suffers from that lack of detail, and they aren't very good. But as they got with more advanced technology and something to do more realistic faces, it's not bad. Heck, I like my Thrawn. I have a Thrawn one. That's probably the only new canon figure I have, but I bought it because he was originally an EU character.
Yep.
But I
How's
have
the
that.
Oh yeah, and my parents got me a Kylo Ren cookie jar. One time. That I don't use, but it's funny.
But anyway, I have that. But I also have, and I want to collect all the 40th anniversary figures.
No, yeah.
The vintage ones.
The ones for the Black Series that they're.
Yep. I'd say the archive ones are probably the best.
I know that they're releasing like the original like Kenner.
Yeah, man, the Kenner ones.
I might pick those up if they release.
When I look
like,
at the Kenner action figures and then I'm reading through the classic Marvel Star Wars, I see where they got the inspiration for how they look in the Kenner series.
The Kenner series was good, man.
Yeah.
It was better than the Black series.
Some of the stuff's pretty funny. You just look at it and have a laugh. But it's still good.
It was a crazy time back then.
You can get the Force, it's just nothing in the packet.
Oh, well, we all know what it would look like now.
But
Force is female.
It just says a figure of Rey in there. She's the Force, yeah.
But also, I mean, actually, the only other figure I have that isn't, which is probably the only new cam figure I have, is Ahsoka. But I bought that because number one, it was kind of a steal. It was like only 25, and they were kind of rare figures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any new canon figures other than the one set I got before TFA.
Right.
Terry, you said you buy a Darth Jar Jar figure. You can go and find that Darth Jar Jar popsicle at the time.
He's gonna make Darth Jar Jar in the Lego game.
Actually, Robot Chicken would have had to create the Darth Jar Jar figure so you could go hit them up.
Is that where I want to say that's where it originated from, and somebody took that and ran with it.
Or I feel like the theory might have popped up first, but then they put it in there as a joke. And so
I don't know, man. That theory is pretty
popularity.
Convincing.
Yeah,
that
it
theory
is.
covers a lot of bases.
And Ahmed Best in an interview, he did say that it was talked about.
Did he?
Yeah. It was, Jamie Sangroom does some interviews with people. He has some YouTube videos up. And Ahmed isn't supposed to say much, but he said it was talked about.
Wow.
But I don't know to what extent. Well,
that could mean anything. That could mean they joked about it.
Yeah. So, but it's
Or maybe
interesting
George
that it's
sat
a
him
possibility.
down and was like, look, man, we got this theory and here's what we're going to run. Did you guys see that whole Akbar stuff?
Yeah, I saw the whole
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
We talked about
that
it in the last
podcast.
stream. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Yeah. That actually made me sad. I felt bad. I was like, that's just not on.
They're just not respecting anyone.
Like, imagine, put all Star Wars aside, but just doing that to another human being.
Yeah, I know.
It's just harsh. Unnecessarily as well.
Oh, yes.
Good
Thinking of
night,
Jar
sweet
Jar.
prince.
George did say Jar Jar is the key to all of this.
Like poetry.
It rhymes.
Good on him.
Nice.
What are you playing with there, Evan?
It's near Eraser,
Oh.
so it's just stretchy and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, I just said it's a needed eraser.
Yeah. I haven't seen this
But-
before, I'm just joking.
It looks like they went back on the Zabrak thing. So apparently, I don't know. They classify Dathmirian as a race, but it's just very weird. There's Iridonia and Dathmirian Zabraks in the
But what constitutes a Dathomirian as a race? Because wouldn't you think the Night Sisters are Dathomirians and not the Zabraks?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's weird. It's weird how they have it. I mean, I'm not saying it's weird how they. Dathmirian Zabraks are a subspecies of
Yeah.
Zabrak.
They do exist.
But I hate how they've
EU.
classified Dathomirian as a race. It's just like the Dathomirian. They're essentially Dathomirian humans.
Oh, well, I listened to the courtship of Princess Leia, actually, and they do seem like they could be Dathomirian humans, but they would have evolved to be a separate species.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dathomirian, I understand because there is no female Dathomirian Zabraks.
No.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Yeah, they're
In Fate of the Jedi, I'm pretty sure there's human Zabraks in that.
I haven't seen any hybrids before.
Oh, is he?
I'll get to it because I haven't read it yet.
No. He's not a human. My mistake.
You're cutting out slightly there, but yeah.
He's. I just remembered. I'm pretty sure he's just a human that lives there,
Oh yeah, fair enough.
and they kind of like treat him as one of their own.
Because I know there's a big thing, they really reinforce it in the EU with Twi'leks of the species deviation and then not being able to breed.
Yeah, man.
So
There's
it'd
so
be
much
the
stuff of
same
that in
between
the
other
EU.
alien species.
So it just seems like, hold on, Dathomirians also known as Dathomirian Zabraks and Dathomiri were a subspecies of Zabrak. And it looks like that's what
Okay.
Asajj is? So apparently Asajj is a Zabrak, but Dathomiri
Okay.
now. What? What?
How?
I mean, I guess,
I
yeah,
can-
true.
I can get them making a Sarge Ventress a human. But making her a Zabrak? What?
See, to me, I feel like there's a big difference. Oh my god, what is he wearing? What are you wearing?
It's his headphones.
Oh,
It's his
yeah, it is. No, so this is how it is in Legends, is that, Dathomirians are a hybrid between human and Zabrak. But the males are born with horns and different pigmentation. Whereas, which look like Zabraks, essentially, but probably only possess a higher pain tolerance, probably, and they share more traits.
Well,
with
you got the
Iridonian
Iridonian Zabraks that don't have the same color either. So.
Right, but Dathomirians as a race are just completely different.
Yeah. It's the Night Sisters. It's the witches. It's
I hate
Tenno
the term
Caste.
Dathomirian Zabrak, but I mean that's what they are.
It'll be more accurate. It's like saying
Yeah,
Iridonian Zabrak. I doubt that Iridonia is the Is it where they?
Again,
They never quite got to the origins of all the species in Star Wars. To say
but
what
I don't know
planets
if we
they
really
came from.
need
Probably
stuff.
not.
I mean,
no,
It just gets
it's
too
fine
like-
that
Iridonian
It's fine that
Zabrak could be that they originated on a different planet, and so they're just called Iridonian Zabrak. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where does it end?
It will never end. That's why it's called the expanded universe. It keeps expanding.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. That sort of stuff, I don't think is necessary. I mean, if you learn a bit here and cool, but yeah.
It's like Yoda's backstory. Like, we've got a decent chunk of it, but we don't need to know species origins.
It's the mystery. Sometimes the mystery is just better.
Yeah, and I had I asked Matt a question yesterday. What was the relationship between the Force Priestesses in Season 6 and the Mortis Gods? I can bring up that tweet again if you give me a second. So I asked him that.
You act him that, yeah. Like Akbar. Oh, so Terry said the males are horny, so fun times. I would have actually liked to see, a Dawn of the Jedi era, maybe, the Zabraks that actually, you still use their horns and they weren't vestigial.
I said this. I asked Matt. I'm curious to know, though, Matt, on how the priestesses and the Mortis gods fit together into George's concept of the Force. Matt replied, "Well, they came from George, so they do fit, but I try to avoid explaining Force stuff. It's better when it's mysterious." I mean, I understand how that is.
It means
But
they don't know answer.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. That's what I got out of that was Matt doesn't know himself. Which, no offense, it's kind of a problem, and I like the EU that it explained. It kept the Force mysterious, but it also told us how it generally works.
Yeah, it gave us rules for how the Force works without telling us what it is properly.
Right, and I like that. The thing is, like, by keeping the Force mysterious, it's not something I like, and it really detracts from, like, oh, how does this fit into the universe, and, like, how...
I think the difference is, like, with the Mortis gods and that, the difference is that that's something that's a physical manifestation of the Force and will need a direct explanation compared to this is just how the Force works, like through Jedi and Sith and that.
Right.
Yeah, I can get behind that. But like I said before, I don't think everything needs an answer. But the way you asked that question towards Matt was you worded it really well, and you definitely caught him off guard. Because he would have been reading that, and he would have been like...
Oh yeah, thinking of Matt Martin, I saw he shared the Lego Star Wars trailer. It says... he shared the one by IGN that said all films. But there's misinformation going around for that because the news sites are saying all films, but the trailer only says 9 films.
All I can say is they better do Clone Wars or do DLC that adds in standalones or something.
Yeah.
Because
they'd want to add the standalones. The Clone Wars, I don't know if they'll touch upon, but yeah.
So far,
they're going to have 20 planets, apparently.
Yeah,
so that's going to be massive.
They currently have over 200 characters.
So it's quite possible. It's going to be like the ultimate Star Wars game for that.
So that's about probably 20 or 30 per movie.
That's not that many per movie, to be honest.
Kind of.
I don't know, man. For a Lego game, that's pretty intense.
It's great. It's intense for a Lego game, but if you think about the original roster, there's all the background characters they could add in and that sort of stuff. So I guess they prioritize which characters they put in.
I do want to.
They better have a playable gonk droid.
Oh, definitely. They have to. What there needs to be, though, if you have that many characters, it's going to take so much time going through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
and
going through...
Reminder that some of the characters will be hidden as well. You have to do challenges to unlock them. Probably.
Well, yeah. So the thing is here is they need a way to break them up, like, by episode, hopefully. Yeah. It's like, you choose 1, 2, 3, 4, and just there's a list of them. Like,
I wonder if it'll feel like some of the Marvel ones, like you unlock. It seems like hardly any from just playing the story, and then you're unlocking the rest with challenges.
Right. No, I wasn't a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I have the Lego Marvel game, which is a good game. I also hate how it kind of let me down. Was when they said, "Oh, there's going to be voice acting in the game." I'm like, this is not what people want.
But now they're saying, First they said there's just going to be grunts, and then they said there's voice acting.
They never once said there was only going to be grunts.
Someone said there's going to be grunts on Twitter or something.
No, so during the trailer, that's what they were. They were grunts, and that led a lot of people to think that yes, they're going back to the grunting.
Well, I mean,
number one,
I feel like the voice acting will work when you don't know the stories. For example, if you're doing a Lego Star Wars Legends game, which I would love, they could do the whole EU in a Lego Star Wars game, introduce all the stories to a new audience. You tell the story with the voice acting still and do all of that brilliantly, and tell the story properly while still making fun jokes being a Lego game. But when you know the stories from you've already watched the movies, as people who will be getting the game would have watched the movies, then you don't need it.
Right. And no offense, they better add that feature in because they said, oh, after the feedback, I'm going to go back to our sound guys and say, hey, we need to add this and this and this in.
They could even make grunts an extra. So unlock it, and then you go through the cutscenes and it's all grunts instead of voice acting.
Right. I don't want it to be a red brick, but if they want it to be a red brick, put it in there.
Well, in Lego Batman, they made the BAMs and the poofs and that from the 1966 Batman and red brick. That was fun.
I'm just happy they're doing this because I said for the longest time that they need to redo the games, is because, no offense, I love those games. It's the first Lego Star Wars game was one of my first games I actually ever had for my Nintendo GameCube. So that was like one of my first video games. So, and I've bought every Lego Star Wars game since then. But I look at it and I'm like, okay, they need to hold up. Did the stream go down? Hold up.
It should be working. It's fine.
Yeah,
on my
okay,
end.
it is. Okay. It was just my end then. But I was like, looking back, I'm like, they need to update this game.
Oh yeah.
And I like the
from
blaster stuff.
You go even from the complete saga to Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars, and the gameplay's a lot smoother and everything.
Right. Although I feel as though the gameplay in Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars, it's a bit more tedious to a degree. So if they can bring me in and say, "Hey, this is how
Double
we're
jump
gonna
Jedi Slam, double jump Jedi Slam." For all the bosses,
right?"
But
But it's, I mean, definitely.
They could have put more different puzzles in, because they had more puzzles you had to think about with the complete saga, and the original other ones.
I'm definitely gonna buy that day one, but I do like the blaster combat in the Force Awakens Lego game.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Because I felt like blaster characters really needed something,
to make them a bit more unique. Yeah, I felt like I was like, am I missing stuff when it was taking me through?
Right.
Because you would destroy everything as you go, and it's like, wait, it's taking me into this? Am I missing things?
No, you're not missing anything.
No,
so what else we got to talk
different
about?
ones. So yeah, we've got like favorite movies and books and comics we could talk about.
Christian Harloff. Oh, that was glorious to watch, wasn't it?
Wait, I'm trying to think. What are you guys referencing?
Christian Harloff. He was that dude that freaked out at Collider. I've been a Star Wars fan for 5 years.
I saw that. I saw that. Oh my god! When I heard him say, "I've been a Star Wars fan for 5 years," I about lost my shit. I'm like, "You've been a fan for 5 years. Go fuck yourself. Get out of this franchise."
Get good.
Oh, what a shill! What a shill!
No, and it really cemented his. It really told me, yeah, he's a fucking shill. If he's only cared about Star Wars really for 5 years, get the hell out of. I'm sorry, get the hell out. If you're only doing this for getting into a fucking theme park and getting these press things, get the hell out of this franchise. You don't belong in.
But the other thing with him is that's so good is, for the longest time, it's been
like
known
synchronized
that he doesn't
adjusting
like.
his seat. Then that's fun.
He doesn't like Disney Star Wars. It's been known for a long time, but he's never said it because he's a shill. It's been known for ages that he's never actually said it, and now he's just snapped.
And
glorious.
You know what? And you know why? I number one, I can't stand people like that who just take advantage of the system and just lie their way and just kiss ass.
It's not staying true to honesty and integrity.
There's no integrity in Disney Star Wars.
Dave Filoni. That's
Lethal
the only
Lightning
integrity.
2019. Yeah.
No, but I see that and I'm like, if I see something like that, I get mad because it's like, do you not even give a shit?
They don't.
Like, it's like, what kind of fucking human are you?
And listen to the way he said it. It's like, you know, you gave it to all these other people, but you wouldn't give it to me. They didn't even reply to me. So, I've been busting my off as a Star Wars fan for 5 years. What a shill.
I was in this fight since I was 8 years old, or 6 years old, or whatever it was.
I've been in this shit since before.
I don't even
remember.
It's so far back in memory that I can't even remember watching the first Star Wars movie I watched.
This is like, I love it. It was just like everything that people have said about Disney Star Wars was just on full display. It's like, here it is. This is what we've been saying.
Yeah.
It was the perfect representation of it, and you don't care. You're only in it for your little perks. You only want to go in, get your goodie bag, which they're already selling on eBay for thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You want to go hang out with Brie Larson, who for some reason is there because apparently she wants to play live action Ahsoka, which will probably happen. It was glorious.
I know people.
We have
who hate
Ahsoka the
her
Ahsoka.
Brie Larson is just, I don't know. I can't read her.
I can't get into Brie Larson after all of the stuff that she said in real life.
Oh man, it was glorious. Christian Harloff.
I'll have to watch that now. I haven't seen that.
You need to. It's interesting.
It's glorious. You will love it.
But here we go. If you send a link to the comment section, that'll be right. You also wanted me to do a live reaction to this Luke Would Never Say That song.
Yes. Luke would never say that. It's hilarious. It's the funniest thing you'll watch all day.
I need to see if I can do this so you can see my face at the same time as I'm watching it. Does that work? That will probably look really odd. It looks odd, but it works, I guess. What if I do this? Alright, I'll just do that. That'll work. What's this then?
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video.
It's so good.
We are going to talk about Luke. That's not Luke Skywalker.
Okay,
it's
then.
just not Luke Skywalker.
Ruin Johnson here.
He's
with a
pulling up on
message to
stream.
all you
Yep.
man
Yeah.
God.
babies.
He genuinely believes the Jedi are a hindrance to the galaxy.
That's the whole crux of my problem. Luke would never say that. It's time for the Jedi. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah. I had also these different things about how they could be playing with our minds with the trailer with that. Like, it has a different ending to the sentence there.
Luke would never say that. I almost had to think of Luke as a character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke. I still haven't accepted it completely.
Oh no, not that
That's not
scene.
what a Jedi does.
Burns the eyes. Burns the
It's
eyes.
not my Luke. Time for the Jedi.
How good's the editing though?
Who is this guy?
It's
Luke
lit.
would never say that.
Keyframe those zooms.
Never train another generation of Jedi. What? You got it wrong. Luke would never say that. For the briefest moment of pure instinct, I thought I could stop it.
Briefest moment, he would have taken at least half a minute to walk across to the tent.
Yeah, the whole thing's ridiculous, but just like the way they like this, the song and the way it's all edited is hilarious, man.
That's good.
That Ruin Johnson dude, man, he is fucking
I
gold.
said to him, I said, Ryan,
He's that dude that got doxed in real life.
give up. And I said, Jedi's don't give up.
Did he?
Wouldn't say that.
Yeah, by Brian Young.
Hot take. Mark Hamill doesn't know the plural of Jedi.
This is right for me.
Shut up, Mark. We've told you. Stop talking out of line.
There's one Jedi, there are many Jedi.
Yeah. And Mark said Jedis.
I don't think I
The
could
Jedi.
ever actually write for a living.
Back. Was there any of the criticism that you read that you may feel is now kind of fair?
No. Yeah. Oh my God, Empire would have gotten roasted. If you look at the criticisms of Last Jedi, can you imagine what they would have said about Luke?
I'm gonna walk out with a laser sword face down.
In case any of you are wondering, I'm just like looking at stuff right now.
I failed because I was Luke Skywalker.
So now
Would
he's...
never say that.
I'm ending all of this. The tree, the text, the Jedi. I'm gonna burn it down.
What? Luke would never say that.
This is not going to.
What? Luke would never say that.
This is just so... You just wanted me to live react to this so that it just
I'm sick and tired
shout
of
outs
you
to all of the
punk babies.
channels, isn't it?
I think it's generally funny.
No, it is.
Would never say that, oh here we go again. You bitches don't like it, will come and see me then.
It just features all the channels. So just put on.
The way it all played out, the fandom had a fit. He walking around screaming out, yo, go away. The last time we saw him, you knew he saved the day. Now we sucking on that soy in a bottle with his toy. You better call him Jay, cause Luke got destroyed. Holla.
Ruin Johnson
I love
coming
Ruin
at you,
Johnson, man.
booyaka.
Ruin Johnson coming at you, booyaka.
Ruin Johnson. I love it.
That is funny. Good times.
Yeah, that's not bad. Hey, that's not bad.
I wish Mark would just shut the fuck up sometimes.
Hey, I'm the same. I'm the same. I hate his constant backflipping.
And I like
hate Mark
that we
Hamill's-
get the hint that he knows that what he's being paid to do isn't great, but then the other side of it, he's being paid to do it, so he's being told to shut up and backtrack.
And you know what? Harrison Ford wouldn't do it.
No. He
Harrison
had the
Ford would
sense to
tell him go
die.
fuck
He had
himself.
the sense to die.
All the money in the world, Harrison Ford will still tell you to get fucked. My thing that does my head with Mark is the way he's constantly backflipping. It's like, you know, he'll come out and do like an interview and just outright destroy it, like just bag out Last Jedi, bag out Disney, like just go hard on him. And then the next day he'll jump on Twitter and be like, "Oh, my comments are taking out of context." No, they're not. You were just saying
You
what
gave
you
them
said.
that context.
What I was talking about is Mark's effing like complete liberalism.
Oh, I unfollowed him from Twitter because everything he posted was political.
No, that's all he does. I'm like, I don't come here for politics, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mark. I respect you as a person, but I don't agree with your politics, and I don't want to always see them
I
on
don't
Twitter.
mix my politics with things anyway. I don't care
I
that
just
much.
don't care. Like, I
No-
follow
no
him so he
offense.
can talk about Luke Skywalker and the Joker.
Yeah.
He talks about neither. So I
Someone
unfollowed.
ran me through what the
He
labels.
talks about impeaching Trump, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, shut up, Mark. You're a Hollywood star.
But look, me, I'm just like, someone ran me through what the labels meant, and I've already forgotten. I don't
Wait,
care
what'd
that
you
much.
say?
Someone ran me through what the labels meant, like liberal and conservative or whatever, but I've already forgotten.
Liberal
Don't
is,
matter that much. It doesn't-
I know, liberal, I'm going to lay this down for you. Liberal, and I'm, no offense, I'm centrist, so I'm in the middle, and I vote for the person I think is most qualified. And I get mad for people just like, people on the right too, but it's like,
It's like right and left. I have my right and my
so,
left hand.
okay, so left,
Right.
so on the left you have the liberals, who are the Democrats in this country, who are very much for more progressive ideals. And then you have the right, which are conservatives, and they have the conservative ideals, aka the Republicans. Again, to me, it really revolves around the issue at hand, but it's just Yeah,
I don't know Republicans and Democrats.
What political system do you
Someone
guys
said
have?
that the Liberal Party's more conservative here and the Labor's more liberal anyway.
Generally conservative. It's very back and forth right now, and it's honestly American politics for the most part. Actually, politics in general for the most part, it's just a dick measuring contest, and it's
I just vote
bickering.
for who I think says they're gonna do the right thing, but then they don't do what they say they're gonna do anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So you're gonna vote. So you're gonna vote for them?
I voted for Megatron last time. I wrote down Megatron.
I had to do an interstate vote. That was interesting.
Oh, you know what else is stupid? You know what else is stupid in the States? They say, oh, you can write in a vote, and this will be counted. However, some states actually, if you do a write-in, they can count it as void here in America. So it's kind of like a half backward ass system too.
Yeah, it's probably like people putting Jediism on the census here.
That's weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Australia, Jedi was considered a.
I think New
a real
Zealand started
religion.
off. New Zealand gave it enough people to become a religion. Is what I've heard.
No, you're thinking the UK.
For the Jedi religion.
Yeah, UK.
Okay.
UK did that.
Everyone has conflicting reports. Let's just do it.
Anyway, I hate Mark's Twitter because he doesn't shut the hell up. And it's like, Mark, I don't follow you for politics. I follow you because generally you are a good person. And you do some good, you do good things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's Mark Hamill. Why do you think most people are following him on Twitter?
Star Wars.
And what does he talk about the least?
Chucky.
Yeah, acting. You could say acting.
Yeah. He's gonna voice
that's
Chucky.
like-
That'll be interesting.
And that's the stuff he doesn't talk about. So it's like, well, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're an actor. I don't care about what you have to say, if it's not about movies or whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about the politics. So even some other people that are, I think Pablo was sharing crap about things, and I'm like, just unfollow. Just unfollow.
Yeah, just unfollow. That's what I do.
If you guys don't know, anyone in Hollywood, essentially, anyone in SoCal, essentially, and even just California in general, majority of them are liberals. And
oh yeah, that's well known. That's well known worldwide.
And it's because they don't. From what I understand, is they don't have as many penalties when someone liberals in the White House, and they don't have such, they aren't taxed as much.
Money.
Must
No,
be funny
definitely.
in a rich man's world.
Again, I could be partially wrong, but I think that's pretty much it, because at least right now the Republicans are all for higher taxes on the rich. But yeah, it's stupid. And
Oh, whatever. Let's move on.
I don't understand what this Cody dude's on about.
Let me see.
I'm confused about this not caring or caring or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Anyway.
care about your politics, Cody. I care about your politics, Cody.
Visible
Not a
confusion.
fan of Mark Hamill. Okay.
I'm literally about to just say screw it.
I'm a fan of Mark Hamill as an actor. I'm not a fan of Mark Hamill's Twitter as a politics. There you go.
Who even cares what an actor thinks about politics? It's like
obviously.
I don't know the guy personally. He's not my friend. All I care about is his acting.
It's true.
This all comes from our worship culture if anyone is famous, we worship them. It's the worship culture, and it's stupid.
I like getting unknowns to be actors. That's cool.
So
when they can do it well, I think.
So here's the thing. God damn it! Shut up, Star Wars Minute. God, I'm so sick of that too on the page. Anyway, I'm so sick of that though in Hollywood and everything, where actors and actresses and anyone there, can expects people to bend down and kiss their ass. And it's because of that, and we've put them up on that pedestal, that they act like this. And they think they have all the power and they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, but that's the type of people that if you go to like a convention to meet them and they start talking about whatever, like taxes and all that crap, you're going to get up and leave.
Yeah.
Dude, just talk about the Force. That's why we're here. That's why we paid our money.
Right.
Or talk about whatever else you're in.
Speaking of
I love seeing his interviews where he does his Joker excerpts and everything. It's great.
Yeah, they're wicked.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just stupid shit. And I honestly hate how much actors and actresses are paid for essentially being in front of the screen.
Yeah, that's why I like Keanu Reeves. Just give it away. Give it away, it's all good.
They earn a certain amount of money, but if I was an actor, I'd do the similar sort of things, just put it towards charities and stuff. Because I don't need that much money.
Why don't you be friends with him then? I am friends with him, Cody. I got speed dial number 6. We talk all the time.
Okay, Star Wars and politics. Let's do this since we talked a little bit about politics.
It's escapism. It's not real.
It's escapism and the new one's realism. But what politics there are in the original saga were always throwbacks as well. George Lucas knew how to be subtle with it, and it was more about the in-universe politics rather than real-world politics.
I mean, definitely there was an influence on the films with real world, but it's so subtle and you can interpret it however you like.
Yeah.
Whereas these new ones are just, here you go.
Yeah, here's me. I don't care about politics. I don't notice any of that stuff in the original saga.
Yes.
Then comes Solo with L3, and it just hits you over the head with it, and I'm like, I don't like it.
It started before that, but
that's where I really just hit me over the head with it.
It started with TFA, I want to see.
Yeah.
No, it definitely.
I watched TFA and I was just like, this is just bad quality.
When was the last time you watched TFA?
3 years ago.
I haven't seen it. 3 years ago, I reckon. Yeah.
Go watch it right now, and you will see, how it all started, and you'll see the political shit that's.
You know what? Even just thinking back to it, it's so obvious now. At the time, I noticed bits of it, but I looked past of it.
And not only that, but you have to look back also in 2015, how the culture
George Lucas didn't cross the line of having a whole Nazi parade. That's right.
Well, it was always
as well.
It's kind of okay to have like a bit of a political message. I mean, if you look at Lord of the Rings, that's very Christian heavy, but it's
right.
But that doesn't take priority.
Yeah, it's not the focus of the story.
Exactly, it doesn't take priority.
Quality of the story. So
it doesn't take priority over the story. It doesn't go ahead of the characters. It's not put ahead of the world building, but it's there.
Right, and I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't. That's me. I don't see the politics much, and I don't care as long as the story is still good.
Don't remember many political thingies. All right, a lot of it in The Force Awakens is mostly social issues that they've injected, such as white supremacy. I'm gonna say this right now, and it's gonna make me sound racist, but I'm not. But
story of my life.
But you have no one essentially no one in that movie casting wise was white, and if they were a female. You also have to look at that.
General
and
Hux.
yeah, no, but let me get to that. And
we have another guest, so we are in the middle of the Holocast as well, by the way, Ed.
Yeah. But I'm going to get quickly to this. And any white person is essentially the bad guy.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren, General Hux, and then if you want to count Andy Serkis, Snoke.
Phasma.
And then you also have Gwendolyn Christie as well.
I'd say aliens don't count as like white characters.
I'm not racist, but yeah, I know. I'm not racist, but I look at this stuff subjectively, and you notice it. Sup, Ed?
Hello,
Stop.
Ed. Welcome to Holocast Grek Leth 1137.
Guys, I gotta tell you something. I was Cody Deathmask the whole time. I was trolling you.
Yeah, but anyway, it's very, you look at that, and then you also see, I'm going to say this now. My mom is like in her 50s. She noticed this like right when we saw the film back in 2015 in the theater. She's like, the interracial couple. So it's like, I mean, I'm okay with that, but it's like, yeah, it is there.
I don't care as long as it works. And
No,
then
I
now
don't
they're
care.
making it about Raylo.
They even had a panel at Celebration.
What was it
No,
about?
yeah, no.
Just purely about Raylo.
Oh gosh.
They did. I was there.
What did they talk about?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
well,
didn't find
Daisy
that
Ridley
stupid.
came
She
up on
crushed it.
stage and just destroyed Raylo. It was fun.
I've got it here somewhere. I'm going to try and find some of
So
the
yeah,
panels.
Ed, do you want to introduce yourself, by the way?
You're gonna have to.
Oh, it'd be nice for the people watching to know who you are.
Okay. I run the Expanded Universe Pacificization Society on Facebook, one of the largest Expanded Universe groups out there. Cal is a admin. I have a YouTube channel. It's Alex Starr. It's I have a pretty picky on content on there. You guys should check it out.
It's got an awesome Force Awakens style trailer for the EU. Okay, cool.
All right. Sorry about that. Hey, can you guys hear music in the background?
Nope.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll check your...
Because my dad's playing effing guitar downstairs, and it's. I'm right now like looking through my celebration thing and like looking through everything.
Alright, I get to just put your link in the description there.
Okay, so these were some of the panels at the Celebration that just passed. Romance. Those ships also belong in Star Wars. Sisters of the Force. A celebration of women and Star Wars. Hashtag Star Wars representation matters. Celebrating diversity in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, diversity. Where's
changing
the
the
aliens? Where's the...
Changing the roles of women in
You
Star
keep
Wars
using that word.
universe.
I don't know. I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah.
Navigating gender, cosplay, trans, and costuming in a galaxy far, far away. And this one's my personal favourite. Speed dating. That sounds pretty cool, hey? You go to Celebration, you meet a girl that likes to dress up as a Twi'lek.
It's like $5. It was like $5 admission.
Oh, but it has a queer focus. Brackets queer
Yeah,
focus.
there was. Yep.
That's a shame. That's a shame if I want to go there and as a straight dude, I want to meet a Twi'lek chick that's going to choke me.
No, the thing is with the speed dating, I understand that I'm okay with because
Why
I
does it be a
don't
queer
want.
focus? Why can't it be for everyone?
There was one for everyone. Like
Brackets queer focus.
Let me think. What else? There was more. I'm trying to think here. I thought there was more. I always think the Japanese vegetable carving thing's weird. There was Ladies of the Legion as well.
Yeah, so the big thing about diversity is, mate, I want to see at least a supporting character being an alien.
Yeah, fair.
We have Chewie in the original trilogy.
Chewie's just a glorified Uber driver now.
Which is sad.
He keeps the snack on board. He keeps the snack.
Because that was one of the reasons why they scrapped the EU, was because he died in it, and then they can't do a movie without Chewbacca. Well, it turns out they can't do a movie using him either.
Fangirls Going Rogue. Actually, that's a podcast. So, let's see.
Yes, I am familiar with Inigo Montoya. I saw The Princess Bride not long ago. It's awesome.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. That has the best sword fight.
They had author tracks, aka Star Wars authors that were on stage and stuff, and I'll tell you which ones were on there. There was Claudia Gray.
Of course.
Delilah S. Dawson. Oh, you forgot Pride Squadron, creating a space for queer fandom. Is that as well. But those two.
Where were the Apache attack helicopters?
And let me see what else here.
We talked a bit about it before, so about some of how we got into the EU. So do you want to share your story, Ed, about how you got into the EU?
Ed,
what?
Do you want to share your story about how you got into the EU?
Well, how I got into the EU is how I got into Star Wars. The first time I ever been exposed to Star Wars was through a video game, not the movies.
That's awesome.
What
Which
game?
one?
It was Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the 2002 game, the tank one.
Oh boy, that one.
That's one of the ones I haven't watched because I don't have an Xbox. The ones I haven't played.
It was on Xbox, PS2, and GameCube.
I never got it.
And then I just
fun.
I just started watching.
Continue.
I just played through the GameCube. I just played through that game a couple months back. So
yeah, same recently. After that, I just started watching the movies and the shows, and then just around 2013 was when I started reading the expanded universe, and that's pretty much it.
Nice. Where did you start reading it?
Reverend.
Oh, nice. So I guess you played KOTOR beforehand. Nice.
I was playing when I read the Reverend book, I was also playing the Old Republic at the same time.
Nice. And for me, actually thinking of when I actually really got motivated to read all of it was when the reboot happened, is when I got really motivated to just collect it all and read it.
That's interesting, because that sounds like the worst time.
Yeah, I saw that it was going to disappear and I got extra motivated to just start reading it chronologically and all of that.
Yeah, same. But recently, I just kind of took a break of it because I've been just busy with my major. Just been reading a lot of history and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
History is always fun.
What's that?
History is always fun.
Yep.
Cool.
You know, the history comes from the Greek word historia, which means inquiries.
I did not know that. Now I do.
So we need to inquire about history and question it all the time.
You know, to find
the past die.
God, no.
But don't worry, no one's ever really gone. Bring back Caesar!
Yeah.
Bring back Caesar!
So So it goes from.
We've had Caesars throughout the decades.
Yeah, the modern Caesar is even Van Skyfer. Hail Caesar. So it goes from I will finish what you started. Let the past die. No one's ever really gone.
hey, Lethal. Hey, Lethal. Have you talked to Ethan Van Skyver before?
Not really.
I tweeted him a photo of one of his original comic drawings he did, I think, on Green Lantern and Superman. Because we have, my local comic book shop has one of his original illustrations.
Oh, that's cool.
So I tweeted it to him, like, look what I found at my local comic shop. He's like, that's cool, dude. It's like...
Oh, and I was just thinking about what I'm doing. I did a video today, and that's going up tomorrow. I've found the Izzy's Cantina music from KOTOR 2. I've put behind my review tomorrow, so I'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
it sounds good behind it to be a bit more engaging than just me talking.
Yeah. Dad's outside looking at something. It's like looking at the house.
Yes, you also run the HK47 page on Facebook.
Don't tell them that! You joined it!
We're gonna have to censor that. Congratulations. You have to do... now we both have to do more work, Cal. Good job.
Damn it. What's the time, Sam?
I don't know.
An hour 40.
Oh. Yeah.
Because you said, damn, we're gonna get demonetized too.
Aww.
Monetization is a joke. Let me tell you right
well,
now.
to be honest, I'm not even monetized, so it doesn't matter at the moment.
YouTube is a effing
Yeah,
joke.
YouTube's ridiculous, man. That whole Vox thing. Holy crap.
Again, I think I said this last podcast where I think YouTube is just an experiment by Google to see how well a social media platform performs and how well it runs under just directly robots and a real CEO.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because it is ridiculous, man.
I feel like Zuckerberg's doing that too.
Good old Zuckerberg.
Man, Vox has to go bankrupt. They have to go bankrupt like Evergreen's State College.
Our dear Cal here has been zucked quite a few times.
Everyone gets sucked.
Yeah. The one before the account I have now, I've made it the same proper name, and I had the same birthday, and it got rid of me.
You got zucked?
Yeah, just because I had the same birthday and the same name as my other account.
Screw anyone else.
I had to make Cal his own account and give it to him.
Wow.
It's so stupid.
Cal, you still owe me that group though. You delete my group.
Or you can just create a new one. You can just create a new one.
Very random insult.
You shove me in a group, I'll just leave it with no admins.
you know what I find? You know what I find disrespectful? So you know the original. Cal might not know this, but I know this. I don't know if anyone else would know this, but the original pilot for Star Tours, the original Star Tours back in, I think it was 86, 87. His name was Captain Rex. So he's been like through like hell and back a couple times. So Disney now, instead of having him, still a pilot or, an important role anymore, he's now a bartender at the bar in Galaxy's Edge. I'm like, wow, what a waste of a effing character. Like,
oh yeah, have you seen the? All of you seen the? I've watched a video on someone going through and actually doing the Galaxy's Edge created lightsaber thing.
No, I've seen it pop up though, but is it literally just a Force FX lightsaber?
It's got a removable blade, and it is.
You can change the crystal in it.
again, and me and Cal did a discussion on this last podcast on
Can you
how
fly with it?
ridiculous.
I don't know. They didn't fight with it. I'm pretty sure it would break though from the look of it.
Well, the only good thing I can think about is removable blades, and that'll cost you $50.
To be honest, I looked at it and went, "That's not worth $200. What are they doing?"
No. You know it's worth $200 going down to the custom saber shop. By the way, if there's a plug for anyone. Going to the custom saber shop, building your own, because I'll shell out $300 or like $250 to build my own, because that's my own creation, and
And the thing is as well, $200, and you get 4 options of sets you can pick. If you're paying $200, you can pay $300 to Ultra Sabers or Saber Forge and have up to 1 million options.
Hey, Cal.
Yeah.
Read the meme.
I've seen the memes.
Read it out loud. Everything.
Me, I promise I won't get all political. 3 drinks later. Recitation. Once upon a time, organic meat bags spread out of control and filled the galaxy. There are different meat bags across different planets, all bumping into each other. Sorry, it's a little bit smaller.
Recitation. Once upon a time, organic meat bags spread out of control and filled the galaxy. There are different meat bags across different planets, all bumping into each other. Warning.
I'm gonna have to jump off soon. Is there anything else you lads wanted to go over?
I think we've covered a fair bit, so that's good.
I think we have as well.
Do you have any plans for any future Star Wars content or anything, or just chilling?
Yeah, I'm honestly curious on what your plans are now, Lethal, since your channel's been kind of, you've taken a break.
I'm just going with the flow. Just wait and see what happens. I'm on a break. I said I'm not doing anything for this entire week, and that ended. Yeah.
That ended? When did that end?
Today.
Was it with this or? No, wait. This wouldn't have anything to do with the channel.
Yeah. So I don't know. See how I'm feeling Monday. I'm not doing anything over the weekend.
Nice.
I've
actually finished assessments for this semester, so I've got more time as well, which is good.
Yeah, for me, again, I think I made a recommendation for you in the last podcast. It's just scale back, cut your videos, how many you release in a week, and just, go from
I find every 2 days has been doable for me at the moment. So, whatever works for you.
Honestly, I feel if I can do one a day, I'll do one a day, but just go with the flow.
See what's best for you.
Yeah. But, all right, lads, this has been absolutely amazing. I want to come back ASAP. I really think you should get Branster on sometime.
I'd be open to it.
I don't know too much about Branster, but if you guys,
I know he's got some good thoughts on the Old Republic and stuff. So maybe we could even just collab on SWOTOR.
Yeah, we could.
Branster's a pimp. He'll acknowledge you as rightful place above everyone else, Evan.
I thought I was the pimp.
No, you're a god. He's a pimp.
All right.
Pimps have flaws.
Plug yourself, and then we'll say see ya.
I'm Lethal Lightning. I'm the dude you'll find on the back of the bus swiping through Tinder, with sound on full blast. Thanks, mates. Having me on. This has been a lot of fun. Evan, I've noticed you can really get going when your buttons get pushed a little bit. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say B level kind of. I think that's what he wants.
Oh yeah. He commented on some of my stuff, and I'll let him have it.
Good.
So that was good fun.
At least you have a fan base to back you up with. You've got how many subscribers?
Not really. It doesn't really.
I mean,
Or just see how everyone reacted when you left YouTube and that. So
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Monday we'll get back to it, but this weekend,
cool.
It's completely out of my mind this weekend.
That's fine. Just so you,
have
man,
you seen?
Do the
Have any of you guys
really
fast? Have you guys seen Dark Phoenix? Have any of you guys? Seen
No, I
Not
was gonna. I normally go see all these movies with my cousin, and he. So we delayed it, and then after we delayed it, it was just like, yeah, we're not going to see this after all the reviews started
I'm
coming out.
tending not to really watch movies in the cinema now anyway, so I'll probably watch it later.
I love the cinema.
Heck?
I love the cinema, man.
I have superhero fatigue.
Yeah, what, sorry?
I have superhero fatigue. I'm not interested in any superhero movies for a while.
I completely understand that.
Okay.
But, alright, lads, I'm going to call it. Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you for being on. It's been good having you.
Yeah, this has been great. We'll do it again soon. Alright, I'll talk to you all soon. Uru, lads. And remember, every woman in the world has the right to breast implants if they deem fit. Okay? See you later.
See you.
I mean,
So what do you
wrong?
Why do you ask about Dark Phoenix?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I need to. I was just wondering, like, if anyone else here has seen it, and I trust other people. I trust other people I know, like, opinion over, you know, critics and reviewers, because critics and reviewers are pretty bad about that stuff.
So no one likes the film, huh?
I haven't.
I haven't heard anything really positive from it, but I don't listen to other people much anyway, unless they're my friends. So.
I mean, I'll tell you if it's good. I just don't know when I'm gonna see it.
I mean, there's the handheld camera versions from the people that go and put it on torrents, but other than that,
yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I'll wait. I think of other movies, Alita Battle Angels digital copy will be out on July 9th, so I'm keen to.
That movie is taking effing forever. That movie is taking effing forever to come out.
It is. I was expecting it out earlier.
It should have been out months ago. I love that fucking movie. That movie is great.
I love it too.
It's so good that I put the manga on my Amazon wish list.
Yeah, I watched the anime version afterwards, and I'd say honestly like the live action version more.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it followed the OVA, which is the original video animation anime. So it definitely followed that. So I'm glad that it kept a lot of that stuff.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I'm on Custom Saber Shop right now. So tell me, Ed, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, besides like laying in bed.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's another shirt. That's it.
Pretty much.
What? Seinfeld.
Represent, fool.
Anyway. Represent. This is sort of a plain shirt. Fun times.
Yeah, you two have a desk, and I'm only one sitting here in a bed.
You could sit up. You could sit.
Do you not have a desk?
I did, but then it got moved into a bunch of other random stuff. The whole room is so crowded.
Oh no.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you'll work it out.
God, my
maybe
white
one day.
balance is terrible. Let me see if I can fix that.
Wait. I mean, this is my desk. I can barely move.
Look, if you shift the bed over a bit, you can sit there.
Just sit on the bed.
Yeah.
Just sit on the bed. You're fine.
Just sit on the bed, get rid of the chair in the middle, and just sit on the bed at the desk.
Maybe when I have enough time.
Alright.
Yeah, you were where? New York?
Yeah.
I saw that. How was it?
It was great.
Nice.
I need to
I
go to
had
New York.
like 5 watching, and then Lethal left, and I have 2 watching.
Well, Lethal usually takes the pack with him.
Yeah.
You have to think. Lethal
True.
usually takes the pack with him, but
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good
well.
when they come. Are there any topics you wanted to talk about, Ed?
In terms of what?
In terms
Star
of Star
Wars.
Wars? Nee.
yeah, I'm very curious to know. Like, number one, what's your favorite character, Ed?
I say Luke.
Luke?
Nice.
Respectable.
Not Jake though.
No, never
No.
Jake.
That's not Luke Skywalker.
You know, I couldn't believe what they did to Luke Skywalker. I had to make my own wiki page about Jake Skywalker.
Ahsoka.
You guys, if you guys look up Jake Skywalker, you would probably see it'd be one of the results. It's hilarious.
Let's see. Just the blade holders.
It's a
Yeah,
Craig
it's
Cannon.
there in Star Wars fandom.
Yeah,
Wiki.
that one.
And there's also Subversive Jake on Twitter, which is funny.
The only thing I really have left is just Facebook now. I get rid of everything else.
Yeah, fair enough. I only go on Twitter more because I'm doing YouTube and I share my videos.
No, Tumblr.
I never had
I got rid of-
Tumblr.
Yeah, well, don't.
Reddit's
get
for
started.
memes.
As soon as they put that band in, I didn't really care about the band, but that motivated me just to say, yeah, this is a good time just to get out.
It's good to cut away things from your life that just take up too much of your time as well.
Yeah, I got rid of my Instagram account. I got rid of Twitter, Tumblr.
To be
All I
honest,
have
if
is
I was to get rid of something, or just keep one social media, it'd probably be Instagram, because most of my real life friends are on there anyway. Until I just talk to them.
I mean, you can't get rid of Discord because that's how you talk.
Yeah, Discord.
I mean, technically, YouTube and Discord are 2 separate social medias.
I mean,
I don't really use Discord that much, so I can't really say I can count it as a social media.
Yeah.
But I just really just use Facebook just for posting my stuff and sharing and looking at memes. That's it.
That's
and
fair.
run the EU group. That's pretty much it.
There's adventures in running groups, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm into a bunch of shit posting groups.
Everyone loves shit posting.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You guys talk it out. I'll be back. Kind of have to go and do something really fast.
Alright then. So, what do I got here?
This is the first time we're talking on camera?
Yeah, this is.
Wow.
I didn't even know you were going to join, but just a happy little accident. Yeah. Or surprise, I should say.
Listen, technically, I screwed up my sleeping schedule, so I'm trying to stay awake until it's nighttime again.
Oh, well, it's 1 AM now, so I'm probably not going to stay around for too long here. But I don't have... Yeah. I don't have to get up later this morning, though, so...
I have this really odd sleeping schedule. I don't know if it's just me or it's this bed that's making me uncomfortable.
Why not both? One.
I think it's when I was in New York, I had to sleep on a mattress, and that mattress felt more comfortable than this right here.
You might need a new mattress then.
Yeah, right. So. What do you say? Do you go to college?
Yeah, I'm going to Hillsong College in Sydney.
What's your major?
Film and TV.
Nice.
So that's
Hope you
awesome.
find someone with it.
And I've used some of that with creating new intro for my videos and doing things, which is awesome.
Do you want to use that for like a big career or just for your own personality.
And it'll probably be my career in the end, but I'm not completely sure where exactly it'll lead, because I'm enjoying editing and cinematography. So, see how it goes.
Yeah, well, if you ever gotta go to freaking Hollywood, wish you luck, man.
Make sure I don't end up like the other Hollywood people, like the majority of them anyway.
Yeah, don't make yourself don't get influenced by them, because once you're there, you feel like you're a conservative out of college.
Yeah. I'll see how it go. It might start becoming the era of more like gaming. Will probably go to indie developers, and then films might end up going to indie filmmakers later on. Who knows?
Could be. I mean, if all these guys just keep this up and cause like the market to fall,
yeah,
might as well.
It's like you said, you have superhero fatigue. I feel like I've got MCU fatigue at least, and I don't have much interest for Dark Phoenix. That's why I haven't seen it yet. Just because they all have a very similar feel and everything. And for Dark Phoenix, it feels like the X-Men's done after Logan. I
mean, okay, it's also... I don't know. I don't know if this exists, but I have this whole thing called big franchise fatigue. Well,
not sure
just
what
feel
you
like
mean.
We always just rely on these big budget franchises instead of being more original.
Yeah,
like doing new movies. I kind of miss days when.
Yeah, definitely. Every movie now is trying to start this big franchise when they don't really focus on just doing one movie.
It's like a sequel. It's a reboot. It's an adaptation. It's all that stuff.
Prime example: the live-action remakes of the classic Disney film animations.
Yeah.
Even the Lion King's still CGI. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't like it.
I prefer like Alita's a standout for me just because it's its own movie and it hasn't tried to reboot or redo anything. It's really well done.
Pretty much for me, when it comes to media, I don't watch new movies or TV shows unless like if it's, for example, if the show is not too long, it doesn't have any freaking affiliations with anything. Yeah. And the movies are good.
I'm tending to watch older movies, and I'm not really watching TV shows now, just because time.
Yeah, that's why I always have an opportunity to use Netflix, but I don't use Netflix. There's nothing on, and I have better things to do, like read, for example.
Yeah,
reading's like your own imagination.
Books. Yeah. And at least for me, it helps with the content for my YouTube channel as well, just having a sit and read.
Yeah, I like YouTube more than in terms of new movies and shows.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into stuff, the YouTube originals or whatever they call them, but...
Yeah. Oh, and also, you already know this, but I'm not big in gaming anymore when it comes to new games.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I'm like more like a retro type of person now.
Retro gamer, I think they called people that play older games.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... First of all, because I have a gaming computer, but yet it doesn't really run good... It doesn't even run like up-to-date games, and it kind of feels like it's a wasted like investment, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, maybe it'd be...
And then the consoles are just trying to scam you and stuff. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just playing older games unless I know that it's a game that I really like. For example, Borderlands, I know will be really good because they've had really good other games.
It's I don't really like the DLC and microtransactions, whatever the gaming industry scams are doing these days.
Nah.
So.
Not a huge fan.
I kind of cut myself off to most movies now when it shows and games.
Yeah,
now there's only 3 things I care about most these days: YouTube, memes, and reading.
And
That's
life.
Life. Yeah. Of course. Life.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm prioritizing life a lot more now. I used to be chatting to people a lot more on social medias and that, but it's filtered off because I've just been doing stuff in life with college and everything, and just prioritizing my time, really. I'd waste a lot of time just talking to people.
When you get older, you're gonna people who are not like you and me, they're gonna people who are like you and me eventually going to reach their age where they're going to feel like that.
And talking to actual real life friends,
I mean, like having so much social media is just, it's not really good for you. I mean,
you need to have a balance.
It drains you down. And in a way, it doesn't make you happy.
No, it shouldn't be something you're looking for to be happy. Definitely need something else for that.
I mean, bro, you have to do something better with your life.
Yeah. We should probably talk about Star Wars again.
Let's skip. You asked me on something.
So, which one's your favorite movie, or what's your ranking of the movies?
Okay, I'll give you my ranking. Number 1 is Return of the Jedi. Number 2, Revenge of the Sith. Number 3, I say Empire Strikes Back. Number 4 is A New Hope. Number 5 is Phantom Menace. And number 6 is Attack of the Clones.
Nice. And the Ewok movies and the holiday special?
I haven't watched the Ewoks movies. The holiday special, that's on the bottom.
Yeah, that's always at the bottom. Yeah, we've got the same first one. I've got Return of the Jedi at the top as well. I love the climax.
Climax is always the best part of the story.
You see the payoff. It's great. It's like the climax of Teresa Bakura I like as well. It's got a similar sort of feel as they run a land section, a dogfight section, and on a big Star Destroyer section.
Teresa Bakura, to me, was a really odd book, though. It's like, it's kind of odd that this takes place right after Return of the Jedi, and it feels so different, and like, it doesn't really feel like Star Wars. I feel like it's like a different sci-fi story.
Yeah, the Sea Rook are quite different.
I mean,
I quite enjoyed reading it still, but
yeah, same here. But it was like Return of the Jedi was just over, and we only mentioned a few things from Return of the Jedi, but I feel like it's a completely different story.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Teresa Bakura, Evan.
Okay.
I feel like technically it is the start of a completely different story of the post-Return of the Jedi era. Because Return of the Jedi is the ending to the main story, and then starts the EU
I get
section.
that, but it's it just feel like it just happened. I don't know if that makes sense. It just happened. I thought it was going to be like I thought it was slowly going to like slowly have some intertwine with the Return of the Jedi, the main story, and then slowly move on to the main storyline of the expanded universe. I thought that's what it would be, but it felt like we only get like maybe like 10% of Return of the Jedi moment when it comes to the connection, and then suddenly we're just off to a new story. That's what it feels like to me.
Well, they were probably told not to intertwine it too much, to be honest, so that they didn't mess things up too much.
I like that book, though.
Good fun. I'm not gonna be able to stay for too much longer because it's early in the morning now.
Right, we'll probably end this here soon.
Yep. What do you think of Teresa Bakura, Evan? Have you read it?
I've not read Truce to Bakura. I've heard good things about it, and it's on my Amazon wish list. That and finishing up the rest of the Clone Wars novels, which I need the MedStar and Shatterpoint books, I believe, and that's all I need now.
Nice.
Actually, wait. Yeah, it is. So that's
It's
all.
all. It always feels great when you get the area complete.
Right. It feels good also when you have what is it? Complete a multimedia project. I'm on 7th Force Unleashed multimedia projects.
Nice.
All I need there is the novelizations, and I think that's it. It's just the novelizations.
Yeah, I just need the comics.
Oh, the novelizations and the Force Unleashed 2 Wii game.
Oh, yeah. I got
Yes,
the
the Wii
Force
game is
Unleashed 2
separate.
Wii game. That was the first way I experienced it. It was fun, because my parents got me away as I was younger. And then they went, oh, let's get the Star Wars game for it.
Wait, I thought you said that your parents gave you away. I was like, what?
Yeah, my parents gave me away. That's fun.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like looking.
And people complain about Starkiller being overpowered, but when you read the novel, and that is not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never minded it.
It makes for fun gameplay, and gameplay isn't the thing that you should think of as canon as much in video games.
Right.
It's more the base story, and then the novels go more into it and make it more realistic.
Well, at least Starkiller is not as OP compared to Disney's Starkiller.
Yeah.
Then again, is Disney's Starkiller OP when it just gets blown up from the same exhaust port floor? Or the whatever they called it.
Oscillator.
Hey, guys, I got a question. What was your reaction when you first watched The Force Awakens?
Oh boy. When I first watched The Force Awakens, it's been a while. Let's see. What was it? I just didn't like it too much, but I thought it was all right for what it was. Very like when I first saw it. Again, it was all right. I liked it, but as I watched it more and I looked more into it, and I saw its flaws, and its flaws are damning to me.
And you, Cal?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Silly cough. Mine was, I'd let myself get too hyped up for it. I could see, like, a reboot has a lot of potential. They could have done a lot with it, with a different storyline and good stories and everything. But then I watched The Force Awakens, and it seems like to me just a heap of wasted potential, and it really shattered me, to be honest, because the trailer looked good, and I tried to stop myself, but I got into the hype a bit, and then, yeah, I just left completely disappointed. Basically, I'm let down.
When I went to the movie, I had low expectations, and like my sister offered me as a birthday gift. I'm like, fine, let's do this. I really didn't really care, and we went to watch it. I brought my friend over because why not? And I already saw the problems. Everything just felt like a copy of A New Hope. Point from point. And at that point, probably about when they got to the Green Planet, I kind of just had it with this film already. I was like, oh man, like this is already feel like A New Hope, And then when that Star Killer base happened and they did the trench run, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mm.
And
To be honest, the last part with the trench run was actually probably the better part of it, as far as the feeling and the intensity of it.
Like,
I felt more hype for The Last Jedi than I did The Force Awakens.
And
listen. When Jay came onto the screen, and we finally saw him, we're waiting for him to say something, and then when it cuts to the credits, I was laughing my ass off because my friend, he yelled, "What the fuck?" When it cuts like that, I was laughing because of that. Yeah, and my sister, who wasn't even a Star Wars fan, and my friend who's a casual fan, none of us liked the film. I mean, I watched it a second time and my opinion now changed about it. And Last Jedi, I didn't care about, but I didn't know what saw it.
Oh, The Last Jedi, my first viewing, I actually managed to enjoy parts of it because I went in thinking, I'm going to just set the bar really low. It's going to be like The Force Awakens. And to be honest, it feels like a natural progression of the type of movie that it was to me.
And was it worth it?
Oh, this got rid of my stream for some reason. What's it doing? It says my stream's offline. What? Stream resumed?
No, it's back on.
It's back on? Oh.
Yeah, I see.
Stupid stream. Why did it stop?
Was it worth it?
No. I mean, I guess it was worth it to know how done I'll be with Star Wars after Episode 9. Because I'll probably watch Episode 9 afterwards for closure. But it's not
was it worth it?
So really fast, I'm gonna say this one.
Even was it worth it?
What?
The Last Jedi.
No, fuck no.
You know, I got more of a kick over Johnny's drunk commentary in the screenshots.
The leaks were much better than the actual film, and I was on 4chan on December 4th in 2017, and I was like,
it was on.
So I'm gonna read some of these, and it's again 4chan. You don't know what's real and what's not. So they would talk about, yes, they do fire an Oct 2. Here's what happens leading up to this one. Luke has discovered Rey's strength. We see this meditating scene in the trailer. This freaks Luke out. I guess that is true. Meanwhile, after Kylo and the crew wreak havoc in the Dakar base, they find the map to Skywalker. I don't know. Just listen. Kylo does not want to give it to Snoke, but Hux finds out about it and tells Snoke that the map has been found. Snoke, presumably 2 weeks, sends Kylo Ren to do this one last test. He also thinks Kylo shot at Leia, but he's sending the Knights of Ren and Kylo to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid, as he is concerned about Kylo's fascination with Rey. Let's see. They go, and Luke pulls Kylo's ship out of the sky. It crashes, and the other Knights land. Rey tells Luke he has to fight Kylo, but Luke does not use his lightsaber anymore, so he says no and tells Rey to do it. Kylo already sends the Knights after Luke, and they fight. Luke does a lot of cool force moves like ground explosions, calling lightning, and like force punches and hits with his cattle prod. Meanwhile, Rey is attacking Kylo, and Kylo is fighting back in self-defense, trying to get her to listen, but she's still mad at the fact he killed Han Solo. As for spoilers and twists, yes, I will get into them, as there are a number of little twists placed throughout the film. See, that sounds already a lot better than...
Well, we got twists.
Yeah.
They were just... not good.
Yeah.
When you guys, when this trilogy is finished, what do you think it will go down in history as? Like, what will people remember about?
That's the worst Star Wars movie. As
Oh, it'll be interesting to see.
I mean the trilogy in a whole, as when it's all finally.
I think it'll be a good example for people of the future how not to continue a franchise. Continue a franchise.
Star Wars will not die. I'm sorry, but it will not die.
They'll keep pumping money into it until no one sees it and they're not making a profit off it.
Oh man, I hope that day comes faster than anticipating it.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I better get going to sleep.
Right, and we should probably end this podcast anyway.
Yeah, so thank you, Ed, for being on and joining us. Good chats.
Evan, you want to talk?
Yes.
When he's gone?
Currently, I need to get some sleep. I've been up all night again.
Let's finish the stream and then work things out. Oh, thank you, Ed, for being on, and thanks always, Evan, for joining me on the Holocast. Thanks for everyone who watched, and we'll see you next time.
I'm HolocronKeeperEvan.
And bye.